As we age, we are presented with the opportunity to reflect on our lives. The experiences, both good and bad, that we accumulate over the years shape us in profound ways. At a young age, we may rush through life, driven by ambition, desire, and the pursuit of success. But as the years pass, we begin to slow down and realize that life is not just about achieving goals or acquiring material things. Instead, it is about understanding ourselves and the world around us. This introspection often leads to wisdom, a deeper comprehension of what truly matters. Wisdom is the fruit of experience, but it is also the result of lessons learned from mistakes. When we're younger, we often think we know it all. We speak without thinking, act without understanding the consequences, and judge situations with a limited perspective. Over time, however, we learn that the world is more complex than it appears. We begin to recognize that every action has a ripple effect, and our decisions, whether they are big or small, can impact not only ourselves, but those around us as well. This understanding fosters a sense of humility and patience, qualities that are central to wisdom. With age comes the realization that control over life's events is often an illusion. We learn that, despite our best efforts, some things are simply beyond our control. Relationships evolve, circumstances change, and we are often faced with challenges that we could never have predicted. In our youth, we may fight against these uncontrollable elements, trying to force life into our desired shape. But as we age, we begin to accept the ebb and flow of life. We learn to ride the waves rather than fight them, adapting to circumstances instead of resisting them. This acceptance is a crucial component of wisdom. As we gain years, we also start to see life through the eyes of others. When we are young, we tend to focus on our own needs and desires, often missing the bigger picture. As we age, we develop a greater empathy for others. We understand struggles, joys, and fears that others face, and this understanding allows us to connect with people on a deeper level. Our relationships become more meaningful, and we approach conflicts with a sense of compassion rather than judgment. This ability to see the world through different perspectives is an essential part of growing wiser. In the pursuit of wisdom, we also learn the value of time. When we are young, time seems endless. We take it for granted, assuming that there will always be more of it. But as we age, we realize how precious each moment is. We learn to prioritize what truly matters: relationships, experiences, and personal growth rather than chasing after fleeting desires. This shift in perspective helps us let go of the things that no longer serve us, focusing on the things that bring genuine fulfillment and peace. Wisdom also brings with it a sense of balance. In our earlier years, we may have sought extremes, working tirelessly to build a career, chasing after the next big thing, or living life in a state of constant motion. But with age comes the realization that balance is key to a meaningful life. We learn to rest when necessary, to savor the small moments, and to find contentment in the present. This ability to find equilibrium in life allows us to navigate its ups and downs with grace and understanding. Family is often the cornerstone of our lives, and maintaining peace within the family unit is essential for emotional well-being. As we grow older, we start to understand the profound impact that our words, actions, and decisions can have on our loved ones. While it's natural to want to share everything with those we care about, sometimes the best way to protect them is by keeping certain matters private. This isn't about keeping secrets for the sake of secret, but about shielding them from unnecessary emotional burdens that could disrupt their peace of mind. There are moments in life when the truth may be too heavy for your family to bear. Perhaps you're facing health challenges, financial struggles, or personal regrets that could be distressing to those you love. While it's important to be open and honest, there are times when sharing these difficulties can cause more harm than good. By withholding certain details, you give your family the space to live without the constant worry or anxiety that might accompany knowing everything. Protecting their peace means being discerning in what you share and understanding when to shield them from overwhelming information. It's also crucial to recognize that some struggles are personal and need to be handled independently. Your family may have the best intentions, but they may not always have the ability or perspective to understand or help with certain situations. In these cases, sharing every detail might create confusion, frustration, or unnecessary conflict. By keeping some matters to yourself, you allow your family to maintain a sense of harmony without being drawn into issues that are not theirs to resolve. In doing so, you protect their emotional balance and avoid adding stress to their lives. In certain cases, family members might try to offer advice or solutions based on their own experiences or perspectives. While their intentions are rooted in love, their suggestions may not always align with your own values, beliefs, or needs. By keeping certain things private, you can avoid potential clashes of opinion or unnecessary debates. This allows you to maintain a peaceful atmosphere where everyone can focus on the positive aspects of their relationships rather than getting caught up in disagreements or misunderstandings. At times, keeping certain matters to yourself also helps preserve the respect and admiration that family members have for you. If you share too much, it could potentially alter their perception of you or cause them to worry excessively about your well-being. For example, sharing fears, doubts, or insecurities can inadvertently shift the family dynamic, making them feel responsible for your emotional state. By protecting their peace, you ensure that they continue to view you as a strong, capable individual, someone who can handle life's challenges without burdening them unnecessarily. Finally, protecting your family's peace doesn't mean you love them any less or are shutting them out. It's an act of love to recognize when certain things are better left unsaid, especially when sharing could create worry, guilt, or distress. It's about choosing to be wise in what you reveal and when, ensuring that your family can enjoy their time with you without the weight of knowing things that might cause them unnecessary pain. By guarding their peace, you are also nurturing your own, creating a healthier dynamic where love and understanding can flourish without unnecessary strain. As individuals, we all have a deep need for privacy and the space to maintain our sense of self. Privacy is not merely about keeping secrets, it is about creating an environment where we feel safe, secure, and respected. As we grow older, we begin to recognize the importance of this need more than ever. Boundaries are the invisible lines we draw to protect ourselves from emotional, psychological, and physical intrusions. Without healthy boundaries, relationships can become strained, and personal well-being can be compromised. Learning to establish and maintain these boundaries is vital to fostering not only our own peace, but also the peace of those around us. Privacy is a basic human right that allows individuals to retain control over their own lives. When we're younger, we might share every detail of our lives with friends and family, often without much thought. However, as we age, we come to understand that certain aspects of our lives are deeply personal and should be kept that way. It is essential to recognize that we have the right to decide what to share and what to keep private. This sense of autonomy over our own information helps us maintain our dignity and emotional stability, and it ensures that we are not exposing ourselves to unnecessary vulnerability. Boundaries like privacy are about protection. They safeguard our mental and emotional health by preventing others from overstepping into areas where they have no business. In family relationships, for example, boundaries help define the level of involvement others have in your personal life. Some conversations are private, and some decisions are yours to make alone. It's not about shutting people out, but rather about protecting your own space to process, reflect, and act on your terms. A boundary isn't a wall, but rather a clear understanding of what is acceptable in terms of interaction and respect. Another crucial element of boundaries is the role they play in managing expectations. Without clear boundaries, family members might assume that they are entitled to know everything about your life, or that they can offer advice on every decision. However, not all advice is helpful, and not all opinions are necessary. By setting boundaries, you make it clear that there are times when you will handle things on your own or choose to keep certain matters private. This avoids unnecessary pressure and helps others understand where they can support you and where they cannot. It fosters respect for your decisions and for your right to privacy. As we age, we often find ourselves reflecting more deeply on our spiritual lives and the legacy we wish to leave behind. The earlier years of life can be filled with distractions, chasing careers, raising families, and navigating the complexities of day-to-day existence. However, with time, we've come to realize that our spiritual journey is not just a personal endeavor, but something that impacts the people around us. Our faith beliefs and the lessons we've learned throughout life begin to take on a greater significance, shaping the way we interact with others and the kind of legacy we hope to pass on. Spiritual reflection allows us to assess where we've been and where we are heading. It's an opportunity to evaluate the values we've embraced and the actions we've taken in line with those values. Are we living authentically according to the principles that guide us? As we reflect on our spiritual lives, we may recognize areas where we've fallen short or where we've grown in faith. This process of introspection helps us to understand the purpose of our existence and our relationship with the divine, deepening our sense of peace and clarity as we move forward. One of the key aspects of spiritual reflection is the understanding that life is a journey, not just a destination. Our experiences, both triumphs and challenges, serve as stepping stones on the path of spiritual growth. Each struggle, each joy, each loss, and each victory contributes to the formation of our character. This perspective shifts our focus from the fleeting nature of material success to the eternal nature of spiritual fulfillment. As we grow older, we begin to recognize that the true measure of our lives is not found in the accolades we've received or the wealth we've accumulated, but in how we've lived in accordance with our faith. With spiritual reflection comes the recognition that the legacy we leave behind is one of the most profound gifts we can offer the world. This legacy is not simply about material inheritance, but about the values, beliefs, and principles we impart to those we love. What kind of spiritual example have we set for others? Have we lived a life of kindness, generosity, and love? Our actions and words are a reflection of the spiritual life we've led, and these are the things that will be remembered long after we're gone. In many ways, our legacy is the spiritual fingerprint we leave on the hearts of others. A spiritual legacy is not something we can control entirely, but we can guide it through the example we set. Our family members, friends, and even strangers often look to us for guidance, whether they realize it or not. By living authentically and in alignment with our spiritual beliefs, we offer a blueprint for others to follow. This doesn't mean we have to be perfect. Rather, it means that we strive to live with integrity, grace, and a deep sense of purpose. The way we respond to adversity, the way we show compassion, and the way we hold on to our faith during difficult times become powerful lessons for those who are watching us. In the end, spiritual reflection and the legacy we leave are not just about what we accomplish in our lifetime, but about the impact we have on the lives of others. The seeds of wisdom, faith, and love that we plant today may not fully bloom until after we are gone. But when we reflect on our spiritual journey and embrace the legacy we are creating, we begin to understand that the greatest gift we can leave is the example of a life well lived, grounded in faith, hope, and love. As we grow older, it becomes increasingly important to respect and honor our personal journey. Life is filled with unique experiences that shape us into who we are, and each person's path is distinct. We often face moments when we feel pressure to meet the expectations of others or conform to societal standards. However, respecting our own journey means acknowledging that we are on a path that is uniquely our own, and that it is okay if it doesn't align with others' timelines or experiences. Our personal journey is sacred, and it is essential to honor the choices, struggles, and triumphs that led us to where we are today. The decisions we make throughout our lives are influenced by a variety of factors: our upbringing, our environment, our values, and our experiences. These choices, whether they are successes or mistakes, contribute to our growth. Respecting our personal journey means accepting that not every decision we make will be perfect, but each one offers a valuable lesson. Instead of looking back with regret or disappointment, we learn to see our choices as part of a greater story that has shaped our character. The beauty of life lies not in perfection, but in the ability to adapt, grow, and learn from every experience. Respecting your journey also involves letting go of comparisons. In a world filled with social media, external pressures, and constant comparison, it is easy to fall into the trap of measuring our progress against others. However, doing so only detracts from our own sense of self-worth. The path someone else takes is not the measure of our success or happiness. Our journey is not a race, and there is no universal timeline for what success, happiness, or fulfillment looks like. It's important to recognize that everyone moves at their own pace, and there is no one right way to live life. As we age, we often come to the realization that the opinions of others hold less weight in our lives. While it's natural to seek approval from those we love and respect, true contentment comes from within. By respecting our personal journey, we embrace the idea that we have the authority to make choices that are best for us, even if they don't align with others' expectations. This shift in mindset allows us to feel a sense of freedom and empowerment, knowing that we are in control of our own destiny. When we live authentically without seeking validation from others, we experience a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. Part of respecting our personal journey is learning to forgive ourselves for past mistakes. No one is immune to errors or misjudgments, and we all carry some form of regret. However, it is important to understand that our mistakes do not define us. They are simply part of the process of becoming the person we are meant to be. By acknowledging and learning from these experiences, we grow stronger and wiser. Self-forgiveness is an essential part of respecting our journey because it allows us to release the burden of guilt and move forward with clarity and confidence. Finally, respecting our personal journey requires us to be mindful of the future while remaining rooted in the present. It's easy to become preoccupied with what lies ahead, but it is just as important to appreciate where we are right now. Our journey is a collection of moments, and each one holds value. When we focus too much on the destination or worry about the future, we miss the richness of the present experience. By living with intention and mindfulness, we can fully embrace each stage of our journey, appreciating the lessons, challenges, and growth that come with it. This awareness allows us to honor our path and feel a deep sense of gratitude for the life we are living. Trust and communication are the bedrock of any healthy relationship, and as we grow older, we come to realize just how vital these two elements are in maintaining peace and harmony in our lives. Trust is built over time through shared experiences, honesty, and consistency. It is not something that can be established overnight, but rather something that is nurtured and earned. As we age, we begin to understand that trust isn't just about believing that others won't betray us, it's also about having confidence in our own ability to make sound decisions, rely on our instincts, station bull, and communicate our needs effectively. Effective communication is the key to ensuring that trust is maintained in any relationship. Without clear communication, misunderstandings can arise and trust can be eroded. Often we assume that others understand our thoughts and feelings without verbalizing them, but in reality, people are not mind readers. As we age, we come to understand that sharing our emotions, expectations, and desires openly can prevent conflicts and build stronger connections with others. Communicating with honesty and vulnerability fosters an environment where trust can grow and where individuals feel safe to express themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. Trust also requires consistency. Over time, we begin to see that trust is not simply about grand gestures or promises, but about the small, everyday actions that demonstrate reliability. Being dependable in both words and actions reassures others that they can rely on us. As we mature, we realize that maintaining trust requires discipline and a commitment to our relationships. This consistency in behavior and communication helps create a sense of stability and security, allowing those we care about to feel valued and respected. When trust is established, it acts as a solid foundation upon which relationships can flourish.